Hey guys, how you doing? It's Tom. I just finished reading Gorilla Mindset by Mike Cernovich, and I thought I would stop and do a book review. So, for those of you not familiar with Mike Cernovich, he was originally an attorney, then he wrote the book Gorilla Mindset, where kind of your Tony Robbins motivational speaker stuff, but a little bit different, and we'll get into that. And eventually he became an online journalist, someone like myself, who he, like him or not, has broken multiple massive, really uncovered multiple massive stories in America over the last 18 months. One of them you might be familiar with if you follow me. Representative John Conyers was exposed of having sexual harassment settlements through the Congressional Office of Compliance. That was exposed by Mike Cernovich. He was able to get his hands on the settlements. He also broke the story, or brought light to the story, that there are currently 264 sealed settlements in the Office of Congressional Compliance related to sexual harassment and members of Congress, and he really led the push with the hashtag Unseal the Deals. That was the title of my report, where a push to have all of those settlements released, especially because these congressmen were defended by taxpayer money, so it is really an outrage that that information is not available to the public. Anyway, controversial, like him or not, I read his book, Mike Cernovich, Gorilla Mindset. And I was a little surprised because I didn't know what to expect. Being someone who does grassroots journalism, really I would suggest this with any field you're in, it's very wise to study the people that have been successful in doing what you're attempting to do. So I figured I would read Mike Cernovich's book. He's been a successful online journalist. Let's see what he has to say. And the book really, it wasn't what I expected. Really, the beginning of the book was a lot about personal fitness. And I really appreciated this because I spend so much time at computers, and I think a lot of us do. We spend time in cubicles or sitting down, and as it turns out, they're saying sitting is the new smoking, right? Study after study shows people who sit for 8, 9, 10 hours a day and do this for long periods of time wind up getting sick, wind up dying at a younger age. And you could think of this in terms of when you take a long car ride, right? If you drive across the country or a couple of states, go drive for 8 hours and see how your body feels afterwards. It feels terrible. Yet, without hesitation, we will go to work, and we'll work for 8, 9, 10 hours, and we'll sit the entire day, and then we'll wonder why at the end of the day we're exhausted and our bodies feel terrible. So the first real half of the book was just about you need to respect your body because your body is your instrument, your body is your tool. And this is a message I want to put forward. I haven't done enough on this. Just encouraging people to move your body. I mean, if you're working 8, 9, 10 hours a day, get up, do jumping jacks during the day, do some push-ups once an hour, and make it a priority to take care of your body because we all want to work hard to take care of our families, but if we're not healthy, if we don't take care of our body, then we're not going to be able to take care of our families in the long run. And with taking care of your body, that comes with not only moving throughout the day, but working out. Do you make it a priority? Even though it's difficult, do you make it a priority to work out 3, 4, 5 times a week, whether that's with weights, whether that's with running, with yoga, whatever it might be? I know I myself, for a while when I got into this journalism, I really fell off the map, and I'm trying to get back into just moving my body 3 to 4. Do 20-minute workout where you don't stop moving your body for 20 minutes. Putting time in now will give you more time in the long run, and I think that's a really important message. So I am going to be more on message with encouraging people to take care of their bodies, because I'm not only interested in positive societal change in terms of government reform, which I hope to see a revolution in my lifetime, not a physical revolution, but an intellectual revolution. But I want to see positive societal change where people are empowered. I want you to watch my channel. I want you to come to my media and get something personal out of it. I hope you are physically better, mentally better, you feel better about yourself, have better self-esteem. I'm going to do a report on Facebook tomorrow where I'm going to rip them to shreds. You better believe it. I don't know exactly how that will come out, but I'm looking forward to it. So you want to move during the day. Don't just sit. Take care of your body and make sure you're taking proper supplements, whatever that might be. Consult a physician. I know I myself, I take chlorella pills. I take probiotics every day. And eat healthy. Study after study has shown that too much meat intake over a long period of time could have negative effects. I'm not going to tell you to be a vegetarian. I myself, I've dabbled in that, but basically I've just reduced my meat intake. Try to eat more vegetables, more fruits. It's not rocket science. I mean, look at nature, look at where we evolved from. For the majority of human history, we were plant eaters. People would have to go out and hunt animals and bring them back to the tribe, bring them back to your family. So that was more the luxury, but it was the picking of berries, the hunting and gathering, the early farming, growing of fruits and vegetables that we relied on. And then in modern society, meat intake has gone way up, and I think that correlates with cancer. There's a documentary I watched, I forget what it's called, but it referred to the China study, which was done at a Cornell University. I forget the professor who led the study, but he found that people in Asia were living longer because they still adhere to those plant-rich diets, along with fish, where in the West, where McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Nathan's, it's meat, and it's unhealthy. And then, of course, as I always try to promote, stay away from the GMOs as much as you can. Eat organic. We've been brainwashed. All organic means is that the food is not genetically modified. It's as nature made it. And that there are not pesticides on it. Roundup is glyphosate is the primary ingredient in Roundup, which is the primary product of Monsanto, and it is put on or sprayed onto most of our crops. And courts in California have actually showed that glyphosate has been linked to cancer. Okay, I'm back. My dog is done barking. So I was saying to avoid eating GMOs. If you can, eat organic. Eat what is natural and comes from the earth. We are brainwashed to have stigma with this type of food, but really it's the best thing that you can have. And then getting back to Gorilla Mindset, so the book really gets a lot into healthy lifestyle, which I think is so important, because if you live healthy today, if you put time in to live a healthy lifestyle now, you'll get that time back 2, 3, 4, 5, 10-fold at the end of your life, because so many people die at 60, 70 years old, but with modern science and the information we have availability to, there's no reason you shouldn't live to 90, 100 years old. So the next part of the book is mental health. And I think I promote a lot of mental health. I talk about healthy thought processes. But what Mike Cernovich talks about is having a routine, to think of your body, to think of your mind the same way you would expect an athlete to approach a sporting career. And what Cernovich explained is that when he wakes up in the morning, every day he does just mental exercises. So he'll start by counting down from 100 to 0. 199, 98, 97, 96, 95, 94, 93, all the way to 0. Just get your mind going. After that, think of 10 pronouns and anything that relates to it, because you're just working on your brain's ability to recall. It's like doing a stretch. So I'll just be sitting here and I'll think, football, the New England Patriots. They're my favorite team. They were in the Super Bowl in 2016, 2014, 2011, 2007, 2004, 2003, 2001. I know I'm bragging. It's great. But the point is that I'm challenging my mind to recall. And then I'll do 10 pronouns. Maybe I'll do a person. John Bowers. I was friends with him at at Wesley College my freshman year before I transferred to the University of Cortland. And I'll think back to memories in terms of that. And overall, what's happening is I'm improving my ability to recall. So I'll count down from 100. And I have been doing these brain exercises since I read the book. I think it's a good idea, and I always try to find ways to improve myself, improve my life. Then I'll go over 10 pronouns, work on my ability to recall, which is so important. I find when you shoot these videos and you're live, sometimes I panic because I'm trying to think of a certain topic and I lose my train of thought and, oh no, I'm live. So improving my ability to recall helps me, and it will help you in life. And then after he does the pronouns, he goes through letters and pairs them with names. So for example, A, Angela. B, Brianna. C, Caroline. D, Donna. Then he'll go to men. E, Eugene. F, Frank. G, Gregory. H, Henry. And that's the whole mental exercise, and that warms him up in the morning. And I think it's a great idea to focus on what can you do to improve your cognition, because our bodies, our minds, they are us. They ultimately, if our bodies are happy and our minds are happy, we're going to lead more successful lives, and we're going to have the fuel, the oil, so to speak, to be successful in whatever endeavor you take on. Speaking of getting up in the morning, because I've now been doing this right when I wake up, the whole book is about mindset, that we need to find ways to change our mindset. I know for me, I try to wake up every morning, but sometimes it's difficult. How many times have you, I don't know, me personally, I hit the snooze button a lot. How many times do you hit the snooze button? And what Cernovich said in the book, and I think it's a great idea, is you set the alarm, you leave it across the room, and this way you have to stand up, walk across the room to get your phone, right? Our alarms are phones these days. And you turn off the alarm, and this way you're much less likely to hit snooze. And something I've even started doing, I added myself, I get up, I get the alarm, and then I drop to the ground, and boom, boom, boom. I'll bang out 20 push-ups. And now my body's flowing. I start on my mental exercises, and I can start my day and be productive. So all these little things that we can do to better ourselves, and staying on mindset, so many of us, and I think a lot of what I speak about is the modern education system, we're trained to be worker bees, right? I mean, the modern education system, and I've outlined this in my reports, was hijacked by the Rockefeller Foundation, the Carnegie Foundation, and everything is about people outsourcing their thinking to authority, capitulating to authority. Children are forced to sit in classrooms for 8 hours a day and switch class to class after 45 minutes. Nothing has meaning. It's all about you show up, you do what you're told, whether or not you understand it, and don't worry because the teachers know best for you. And this is indoctrinated into us through the modern education system. And many people adopt a mindset that they're going to do what they're supposed to do, right? Go to school, work hard, do exactly what you're told, go to college, do exactly what you're told, get a job, work 9 to 5 for 40 years, and get a thank you watch and a FU on the way out the door. But if we change our mindset, and this is what the book's called, Gorilla Mindset, and focus more on what we can do, because the world, what we can do in a creative sense to better ourselves, because the world is full of abundance. We have so much potential. You don't have to show up at a job every day and work for someone else for 40 years who doesn't appreciate you. And this is, be an entrepreneur. See opportunity in the world around you. Realize that there is so much value in your mind, in yourself. Stop thinking of yourself as a person whose value can be measured hourly by someone else, and start thinking of yourself as a brand, as your own personal corporation, as your own creative entity that could take on the world, because there is an abundance of resources out there in the world, and we are just so brainwashed to think that we're supposed to do things a certain way, to join the union, whatever it might be. And I hope I've demonstrated that, because I try to live by example. This FFR News, this channel, this is the entrepreneurial spirit to me. Every time at the end of my videos, I ask people to subscribe to my Patreon, because in my mind, I'm a business, I'm a brand, and I know I need to start making shirts and selling shirts, and these are things I plan to do. But the point is that have an abundance mindset. Have a creative mindset. Don't think that your limits can be measured by someone else. Your limits are only in your mind. So overall, the book Gorilla Mindset, I give it an A+. It's a little bit repetitive, a little bit of a boring read, but I think the overall message behind it, the overall message of taking care of your body, moving your body throughout the day, working out, eating healthy, taking supplements, doing brain exercises, taking care of your mind, finding ways to be more productive, finding ways to wake up early, and finding ways to change your mindset, to realize that you are not limited in this world. That one of the beauties of freedom and liberty, of the capitalist system, is that there is infinite potential in you. And if you realize that you have the potential to unleash that limitless potential, the potential to change your stars for yourself, for your family, and to make the world a better place. Because I already know by following my channel, by watching this video, because it's the message that I try to put out, that you are interested in the world being a better place. And we could change the world. And I hope that you join me on this journey. I know when I go through this, I am going to put his YouTube channel at the top of the video so you could read it, because it's eluding me at the time. But one of the people I follow is actually starting their own YouTube channel. And I was very excited to inspire someone who, let me tell you, from the comments they write, a very intellectual person. They challenge me. They bring up books that I haven't read, which is very exciting. So I will post that. I will post the name of their YouTube channel right above my head, just because I can't think of it at the time. So I hope that my channel inspires you like it's inspired this person, and together we can make the world a better place. The last thing Cernovich talked about that I just want to bring up, because I did forget about it, is part of the world being full of abundance. The world is full of money. So don't be afraid to go out there and get it. When you're watching a movie, when you're watching a documentary, when you're watching this film, when you're observing the world, look for what's not there, right? I mean, right now, an example Cernovich used, which I thought was great, everything's pandered to women, right? Women are oppressed. Women have been taken advantage of, so forth. You know the narrative. Well, this, and the example he used is one of the head writers at GQ, before she got that job, was in charge of a website, basically in charge of writing everything that's, a website that basically wrote everything that's wrong with men. And now she's writing for GQ, which is supposed to be a men's magazine. So the example he uses, you have to see this as opportunity. Okay, so now there's a market. Men are being underrepresented, so you could either say, oh, well, I don't agree with this, or you could see what's happening and say, okay, there's a business opportunity. Me, myself, I always try to look out for you guys. I do invest in some cryptocurrencies. I would strongly recommend looking into Coinbase, Bitcoins, Ethereums, Litecoins. They've all been going up very substantially over the last year. The great thing about it that people don't know, yes, a Bitcoin is $17,000, but you can't think of it in terms of the type of money that we're used to handling, right? A dollar's a dollar. You can't rip it in half. You could break it into 50 cents or so forth. But Bitcoin, because it's online currency, you could break it into any percentage of a Bitcoin. So even if Bitcoin's at $17,000, which it is right now, you could put $10 into it and you own a percentage, $10 of a percentage of a Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin goes up the money you put into it goes up. I would even recommend not buying so high right now, but looking into Ethereums, which are over $700, Litecoins, which have been fluctuating around $200-$300. Every month, put a small percentage of your money into this. It's worth the risk, in my opinion. Listen, I just want to give you good advice. I've never claimed to be a master investor, but I do look out for you because I really appreciate your support. I want to see the people that follow me be successful. So I would recommend read Gorilla Mindset. I personally think I got a lot of value out of it. In fact, I have taken some of the things from the book, as I said here, and I do them myself. So I'll continue to do book reviews. I think it's important that we encourage literature and reading. I think reading is so important. If you don't have time to read, go to Amazon.com. I don't like supporting Amazon, but this is a great service they offer. Go to Amazon Audible for $14.99 a month, and I'm not an affiliate with them, so I'm not pushing anything on you. It's something I do myself. $14.99 a month. You get one free audiobook a week, which basically, it's like watching a YouTube video, but you could have books read to you, which I have found to be very valuable. You get, not a week, you get one free a month, and any book after that you could buy. They're usually $10 for an audiobook. It's helped me really get through a lot of these books faster because I read on my own, but now when I'm driving, I'm reading. When I'm doing the laundry, I'm reading. When I'm stacking wood in the backyard, I'm reading. So I encourage that. I encourage you to read. I'm going to do more book reviews because I think it's a very important thing. And let me know in your comments what you think. I really appreciate your support. If you could share this link, I really appreciate it. And as always, if you go to www.patreon.com, as little as $1 a month, eventually I plan on freeing my time to the point where I could get out 1-2 videos a day, even including where I could get out my investigative reports, which I really like to do because I could show people the references, I could show people the evidence, and really I could demonstrate my worldview, which I think is very important for all of us. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate your support. I want the world to be a better place. I want you to be a better person. I want me to be a better person. Let's grow together. Let's change the world together. I'm Tom Anderson, FFR News.